Ansible. It is a very important lecture of this course module. In this lecture, I am going to discuss how to customize the behavior of Ansible. So this is a diagram of our Ansible setup. We have one control node and a lot of managed hosts. And for communication between Ansible server and managed host, I have used SSH protocol and a normal user S Verma. Now suppose I need to perform patching on my client machine via Ansible. So here, can a normal user perform patching? So the answer is no, because for patching it requires administrative privilege, or we can say only root user can perform the patching on the client machine. So what is the solution for that? Solution is, for communication, I'm going to use the normal user, that is S Verma. And once it is going to log into the client machine, after that it will elevate its privilege from normal user to the root user, and then it is going to perform the task, that is the patching, whatever the task you want to perform. So how we can customize this? So we have the Ansible configuration file, that is /etc/ansible/ansible.cfg. In that file we have a section that is privilege escalation. In that section we have few entries. The first entry is become is equal to true. If you have used that option, what will happen when you run your Ansible playbook or any ad hoc command as a normal user, it is going to log in as a normal user and then it will try to become a root user or whatever user you have mentioned in this file. Then it is going to perform the task. So suppose I have used become is equal to true. Now we have few more entries like become underscore method is equal to true. So what method you want to use to become? So I want it should use the sudo method. And what user you want it should become? I want it should become a root user. So here the three things. First, it is going to elevate its privilege, and for elevating its privilege it is going to use the sudo method. And what user it is going to become? I want my normal user S Verma is going to become a root user. The next is your enable password prompting. So whenever you are firing this command from the Ansible, it is going to ask you a password if you have used this option. True. If you have mentioned false, then it is not going to ask any password. But for security concern, always use true here. Because suppose somebody is sitting on your Ansible server and they have simply fired this command. Without asking it is password, it is going to run those playbooks. But if you have enabled this one, so before firing the playbook or ad hoc command, it should ask the password. If that user, that person doesn't know the password, that playbook is not going to run. So let me quickly log into my server and let me show you what is that file and what are those entries. So this is my Ansible configuration file and I'm going to edit this file and look for the section that is privilege. This one. So here you can see that now all the entries are hashed. It means that if you want to run any playbook or any ad hoc command, you have to manually mention all those things. But you do not want to mention all those things. Whenever you are going to fire your simple Ansible command, ad hoc command, by default it is taking all those options. Then you have to put it here. So that will become a permanent. So friend, that's all for this lecture. In the next lecture, I am going to show you with a lab session. So that's all. We'll see you in the next lecture. This is a lab session on customizing Ansible. So let me quickly log into my Ansible server. And you can see I have logged in to my Ansible server as a user S Verma, which is a normal user. Now my Ansible configuration file is this one. Okay, and to modify this file, I have to be first root only. and I'm looking for the entry, or I'm looking for the section of privilege escalation. So as of now I'm not going to do any changes in this file. Okay, I'm going to go with the default options. Now I want to run any other command, Ansible -m, and before that let me show you list all. So I'm going to do this lab session on a group that is dev. Under dev you can see there is only one server, that is client 1. So Ansible -m command is a module -a, and simply I'm going to fire uptime. That is for dev group. I've got an output here. Suppose I'm going to run etc Red Hat release. I'm getting an output, right? Coming back to my another server, so this is my client 1 on which I'm running this one. I'm in this location. I'm going to create a file. So here you can see on client 1 I have logged in as a root user, and I have just created a file that is ABC. Right now, and here we have user, that is John user is existing, and group, that is admin group, is also available, that is cat group. Okay, now I'm on Ansible server, and I'm going to change this file permission and ownership. And here you can see this file is owned by the root user. If normal user, as for my trying to do any changes in that file, obviously it won't allow you. So let me show you how we can do the changes. Ansible -m, and I'm using the module file A because I'm going to do changes in the file. On which file? Destination is my temp ABC. So this is the file which is existing here. You can see that this is my file ABC, that is in temp location, and I want its permission will become 777. Okay, and owner, as of now it is root. I want its owner will become John, and group, I want it should become a group of admin. So this is what I want. And on which servers? The servers belong to dev group. So I have simply fired this command. Okay, here you can see that it is getting failed, and for changing the permission it is using the chown command, and the error I have got, this operation not permitted. So this is what the error I have got. So it means that this normal user doesn't have the permission, right? So the solution is, I'm going to use few option here, like when it is going to fire this command, first it will become, right, it will elevate its privilege. So to elevate its privilege you have to use -f and become, and what method you want it should use to elevate its privilege? I want it should use sudo, and which user it will become? It will become from Swarma to root user. So here you have to mention root, and also you want that it should ask for the password whenever it should use the sudo. Yes, so whenever it is trying to elevate its privilege from normal to root, it should ask for the password. So everything seems fine now. I'm going to fire. Here you can see that it is asking for the password. Now that's done now. Coming back to my client machine, now you can see that the permission, the ownership, everything has been changed now. But here you have to mention all these options manually, right? And also let me show you one thing. If I'll simplify vi sudo shift G, and at the last you can see that I have used passwd is equal to no. If I am going to fire this command, if I am not going to capital K, it is not going to run because it is missing the sudo password. Because here I have mentioned that in my sudo's files that whenever S Verma is trying to elevate its privilege, you need to provide the password. So this is good one, we can say the security feature we can say. So here you have to use capital K, then only you would able to change the right. This is one thing. The changes are already there, that's why it is showing green. Now, so each time whenever you need to elevate your privilege, you have to use all those options. I should not use these options. Whenever I am going to run this ad hoc command, by default it should take all those things. So for that you have to put the entry in your Ansible configuration file. So let me log into the system as a root, because to edit the Ansible configuration file only root user can edit. Ansible this one. Now here you can see that I have remove all the hash, so all these options are active now. That's done. Again I am going to fire the same command. Let me remove this file ABC and let me recreate this file ABC. Okay, again I am going to fire the same command, this one. Okay, first of all I should be S Verma only. Okay, and I'm going to use this one. Now I'm not going to use any options here, that is / become and all those options, because I have already mentioned in my Ansible configuration file, so it will take all those options from that configuration file. Now changes has been done now. Now you can see the changes has been done. So by default now it is elevating its privilege. It is just consulting with the configuration file. In the configuration file I have mentioned each and everything. So it is customizing the behavior of Ansible. Here you can see that. So friend, that's all for this lecture. Hope you got some idea. So that's all. We'll see you in the next lecture. Bye.